Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
At Room to Room, there's no need to wait. Black Friday deals are going on now.
Only $9.99 for a set of 2 leather pushback recliners. Plus, grab this 3 recliner power sectional for only $25.99.
Room to Room Tupelo, where we know there's no place like your home.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Beautiful evening across North Mississippi. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and we have a lot to track here in the Room to Room Weather Center coming up at the 6 o'clock broadcast. One of those was a headline that you received, the big announcement, boy or girl. Well, you guys favored the girl, so we'll see if that's exactly proven. I had pink on earlier at the 5 o'clock broadcast, have blue on now, so that way it was an unbiased vote. You guys did what you could, so let's see what the result is here coming up shortly. Temperatures in the weather world warming back up, bringing it back into the weather part of Mississippi Live Weather. Rain chances also increasing as we head over the next several days, but Baby Maynor is find out at the end of the broadcast. You guys got to stay tuned the entire time. I know we're going to drag this out as long as possible because we like teasing you guys, but you will get that answer at the end of the 6 o'clock broadcast. The first 12, 7 p.m., 59 degrees, dropping off 56 by 10. As we head into tomorrow morning, temperatures do get into the mid-50s, still with a great forecast. Breezy conditions, southerly winds coming about 10 miles an hour. Cloud cover is building as the day goes on, and the potential for a few pop-up showers also in the forecast, but the big story still primarily remains the temperatures. Looking at temperatures across the region, if you were like the Maynor household and woke up at 5 a.m. to it being 50 degrees in your house, well, you weren't alone, because it is definitely a cool forecast across the eastern side of our viewing area. 39 Boonville, 39 Tupelo, 38 there towards Vernon, and jumping out west, things were a little bit different. 59 in Cleveland, 61 Belzona. So it depends on where you're at, but definitely west of 55 was the warmer spot to be. But no matter where you were at, temperatures have warmed up nicely by the afternoon. 64 Holly Springs, 68 in Greenwood, and 61 towards New Albany. Still upper 50s in Amory, but a lot of us going to follow suit here shortly as we get that nightfall to set in. And of course, that heating starts to escape just a bit. Big driver in that forecast. Well, it's this warm front that's lingering across the region right now. As we zoom things out, we can really go to a broadened perspective on this weather pattern. It's going to be this low that continues to wrap around a good bit of moisture, showers, storms up there towards South Dakota and Nebraska, even around Des Moines, Iowa. But as we follow this warm front, you can see that batch of showers and storms out there towards St. Louis. That's going to be the primary weather driver for them, with a few strong storms possible. But down here in North Mississippi, we're primarily getting the effects of high pressure with the occasional light shower. Had that earlier on in Marshall County, since fizzled out, and we're in much drier pattern moving into our overnight forecast. Let's go ahead and get into that on our futurecast. Of course, we do have that little bit of moisture just moving up there north towards Jackson, Tennessee and Camden, Tennessee. We are primarily going to see dry conditions and also mostly clear conditions, so don't have to worry about any of that rainfall for any of those evening plans. When those rain chances do return will be later on tonight, whenever it's those early AM hours. Light showers develop there towards northwest Mississippi into Tate and DeSoto County by 5 o'clock and lingering there around Marshall County by 6. The rest of us, not tracking any moisture. It is still going to be a very dry pattern. So very synonymous to what we're getting right now will be happening early on our Tuesday. Tuesday morning, as you can see, more showers do develop. So as the day goes on, those chances do start to linger. But for our early morning commute, there will be a batch of drier air, 54 degrees with mostly clear skies. As we head through the rest of the day, clouds will be off and on. So will those rain chances, remaining at 10% through the afternoon and into those late evening hours as well. Now, it will be a breezy forecast for sure. I mean, you could argue that it could be called a gusty forecast, 10 to 15 miles an hour with some gusts all the way up to 20 coming out of the south, replenishing our area with that moisture. So this dry pattern that we're in right now, not going to last forever. It will be something that we watch as that changes into the future. And of course, that coming up in 60 seconds here in the Room to Room Weather Center. We also have the gender reveal of Baby Maynor. We'll have that coming up as well. So stay with Mississippi Live Weather at 6 here in the next 60 for all the latest information here on the Mississippi Live Weather side of things and the weather side of things here in North Mississippi.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team up.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
I see folks in chat chatting about the big news. Go ahead. I promise I will not make you wait till 10 coming up at the end of this broadcast, but go ahead and put your guess in the chat, boy or girl, what you think that Baby Maynor will be. We'll, of course, have that at the end of the broadcast. But right now in the weather world, 62 degrees. So if you're looking to do a gender reveal, well, today is a great day for it. Winds not overly breezy, about 3 miles an hour out of the south, but those dew points remaining around 33 degrees shows you that dry conditions are still in place across North Mississippi. I do want to say low temperatures today, 39 degrees, far above that record for today in history. But as we get into that high temperature, 70 degrees today, a record high 82 degrees, but 82 not an impossibility getting into our Tuesday forecast and into our Wednesday forecast as well. Track that here in just a moment. Looking at temperatures right now across North Mississippi, we're 61 New Albany, 57 Amory, 64 Eupora, and still low 70s towards Belzona and Greenville. A toasty one for sure in some spots, but we all trend that same way by the time we get into our Tuesday. Our Mississippi Live Weather Radar did have showers across northwest Mississippi, but did is the key word in that because that has all since fizzled away and left us with a much drier pattern. As we circulate that back over the last hour, you can see that little bit of moisture moving across Marshall County, right across Holly Springs and the Mahon area. So if anyone has any comments about, any reports coming from Holly Springs, then go ahead and put those down in the chat, and of course we'll forward that on. But just curious if any of this is reaching the ground because we are still in such a dry pattern. I'm looking at some of those rainfall totals. We know that at least a bit of it has reached the ground. Tracking some of those totals down there towards the Tutwiler area, just over an inch with some of those brief heavier downpours, 1.2 inches just north of Sardis as well. And as we look at some of this isolated stuff out there towards Marshall County, yeah, it's not overly high, just a couple hundredths of an inch at that. Our highest totals still remain out there towards Arkansas as we populate in a few of those totals, 1.2 inches just west of West Helena. That's been our primary driver when it comes to moisture, but some of those showers have ramped up over in northwest Mississippi, but not the case now. Things are definitely drying up. And our satellite imagery showing that as well, that little bit of some stratus clouds developing over the top of Lee County down there towards Monroe and Clay County, but that of course cycling northeast away from us, and we will be enjoying a little bit drier and clearer conditions as we get overnight. That big driver in the forecast is going to be this warm front sticking with those southerly winds that continue to ramp up in our area, allowing that moisture to return, but also with this warm front being that lifting mechanism, wouldn't be surprised if a few more showers do form overnight. You see a lot of areas that are tracking some isolated light showers down there towards the Meridian area, out here towards the Mena, Arkansas, down there towards McAllister, Oklahoma, well north of us into Bowling Green, Kentucky. So several areas that we are watching for moisture to form, but our primary focal point overnight remains up there north into Illinois and Indiana. As we get further south into North Mississippi, we're basically going to be in the warm sector on this frontal system, and that's going to allow some isolated development as we get into those overnight hours. So Tuesday morning, while it's not overly high on those chances, wouldn't be surprised if a few of these light green showers, basically light green meaning light rainfall, those showers working through northwest Mississippi once again, while the rest of us still remaining on those drier side of things. So as we get low temperatures tomorrow morning, with that moisture returning to the area, not allowing us to cool off too much overnight, 59 Senatobia, 55 New Albany, 53 in Iuka, and 53 down there towards Macon. Northwest Alabama actually going to be the coldest part of our viewing area, going to be upper 40s and low 50s, while the rest of us mid to upper 50s with a few low 60s cycling in Cleveland and Greenville. Now, as we get into that extended forecast, of course, our school day forecast is going to be a much milder start to the day. 57 degrees around drop-off, 74 towards lunch, and 80 by that final bell. 80 degrees for this time of year. I know, it's a warm one for sure, so definitely have those short sleeves ready by the afternoon because it is going to be a little bit uncomfortable wearing long sleeves in 80 degrees. Yeah, we are still in that pattern and it is late fall, so definitely something that I don't enjoy, but I know some folks grateful to get a little bit more of that warm air in place. Hernando getting a little bit of those light showers by 9 a.m. Those continue to work through northwest Mississippi as we get further into our late morning and early afternoon, but then we get a little bit of a break from those showers as those clear on out, and as we get more into the afternoon, those will get back into the forecast. But as you take a look at that forecast, those southerly winds really driving that moisture back into the region. So we often talk about, are these chances going to verify or are they not? Well, being that we are getting that moisture replenishment in our area, I wouldn't be surprised if these actually do verify. This isn't something that we're exactly pessimistic about. We're expecting at least a few light showers going about our Tuesday. The afternoon, a large bit of that moisture will be in the form of cloud cover, but even in all of this cloud cover, we could see a few drops of rainfall getting into that mid to late afternoon forecast and really working beyond that into our Tuesday night. As you can see, some of this southerly building of those showers out there towards Tennessee, getting into northeast Mississippi, so Alcorn County and Tishomingo County primary areas expecting that, but that'll ramp up really as we get towards the latter part of our work week. High temperatures, we're starting to trend a little bit better. It was off at the 5 o'clock hour, has since been updated with 79 in Tupelo, 78 in Oxford, 80 Water Valley, and 82 towards Belzona, Greenville, 79 Tunica. I mean, it's going to be a warm one for sure. Our record for this time of year, or for November 15th? No, 18th. My apologies. I was a day off. A couple days off, actually. 81 degrees for November 18th. That happened in 1930 and 2016. Well, I hear a lot of good things about 2016, and we'll be throwing it back to 2016 with how it feels outside. 79 in Tupelo, not exactly going to be record-setting, but warm enough to where it feels like it could be record-setting, but still make sure to have those short sleeves by the afternoon. Looking at that extended forecast, of course, it will remain with those drier conditions as we get into our Tuesday night, but as we head overnight, look at how these showers and storms start to move into the area. Now, granted, this is one of our more aggressive models, our strike model, but not out of the realm of possibilities as this cold front moves closer to North Mississippi, giving us some scattered showers and storms overnight and into the start of our Wednesday. But beyond that front, once it fully clears, staying on the drier side, and that's how we'll remain for the latter part of our Wednesday. Potential for a few isolated showers developing towards the afternoon, but not overly high on those chances. The main threat that we're watching is going to be if this stationary front fully develops and remains over the top of us. That's where we could get an increase in some of those showers and storms, but even then, chances aren't very high. Those really ramp up as we get into the latter part of our work week. As you can see, a little bit of that moisture, a little bit of a hint of that forecast already pushing in there towards San Angelo, Texas, up there towards Oklahoma City. That progressing a little bit more east as each day passes, and by Friday, we're looking at a pretty soggy day overall. Now, high temperatures for Wednesday, ramping up that much more. 81 degrees seen in Clarksdale and Cleveland, 82 Bruce and Grenada, 78 Booneville, and 81 in Tupelo. I do want to say the record high for Wednesday, November 19th, will be 82 degrees. That's set in 1942. That 73. I said 73. It's an 83-year-old record. Man, time is flying. 83-year-old record could be broken with the temperatures that we're seeing on Wednesday, or at least tied with how close we're going to be as we get into the latter part of our Wednesday for sure. So make sure to have short sleeves on standby this week. It's going to be a warm one as we get out the door for those afternoon plans. But low temperatures follow suit. 44 today, jumping to 54 by Tuesday, 61 by Wednesday, and there we'll sit heading into the weekend before that frontal system really pushes into the region. Once that frontal system enters, then we'll experience a little bit of a cool off as we wrap up the work week and head into the weekend. 81 degrees though by Wednesday, our high temperature for this 7-day pattern, and 79 degrees Thursday, 75 Friday, falling back into the mid 60s for Sunday and Monday. So things do get better. If you want some colder air, things will trend back into that fall-like direction, but it's going to feel a little bit like late summer before we get there. Rain chances jump to 40% by Friday as that frontal passage pushes into the region, but those falling off into our weekend and drying up just a bit, so it's just going to be that soggy end to the week with a little bit of a break by the weekend. Our 7-day forecast staying mostly dry for our Tuesday. We're about 10% coverage on those rain chances, so but aside from a few pop-up showers, not really overly high on those chances. 57 for the start, 78 by noon, only getting to 79 degrees by the afternoon. It's just going to be a toasty one by the time we get towards those afternoon plans. 81 Wednesday, 79 by Thursday, and then once that frontal system pushes in, we'll experience a drier forecast by Sunday and a cooler forecast as well, 66 degrees. But those rain chances, 40% coverage right now, could be increased as we head into the latter part of this week. One thing that models are not doing is agreeing as of right now, so that's really keeping our rain chances pushed back just a bit. But as we get that fine-tuned over the next several days, that's definitely a percentage to pay attention to both Thursday and Friday. But heading into next week, trends do have a little bit more of a soggy pattern. We'll look at the latest rain chances on that the Climate Prediction Center does have, and of course we'll walk through our thoughts on that forecast coming up here in the next 60. But I know what a large portion of you want to see, and that is, of course, what gender is baby Maynard, and we'll have that update, I promise you, after this commercial break. Oh.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together so everyone can thrive. Join us at unitedway.org.
Okay, so looking at trends over the next several weeks, we're going to be trending a lot warmer as we saw this week, but that continues into November 23rd into November 27th. Of course, Thanksgiving going to be happening that week as well. So if you're wanting some cool conditions for Thanksgiving, not going to be the case as we are plenty over that average for this time of year, well on the warmer side of things. So short sleeves, you might be able to pair that with your Thanksgiving outfit. Even by November 25th into December 1st, starting off December on the warmer side once again. So we're just can't escape these warm conditions. Next 30 days, of course, that's trending more into that Christmas time of year. Still above average for portions along I-55 and west, with even warmer conditions out there towards Texas and Oklahoma. But of course, next 3 months throughout the entirety of winter, trending slightly warmer as is expected. We've been tracking this for a long period of time, and so it's not exactly looking ideal for folks wanting, of course, a cold winter, but even a snowy winter at that, because we do need cold conditions. Our precipitation outlook for the week of Thanksgiving trending a little bit above average as well. So we do have those rain chances this week, but into next week, those slightly above average conditions do remain in place. So anyone still needing their gardens watered or anything like that, well, it's still going to be a little bit remaining in that forecast. So soak it in while you can, literally, because those plants do need it. My tomatoes are far gone, so a little too late on that forecast, unfortunately, Mississippi. Precipitation outlook over the next 30 days, still on the drier side of things, so that's even worse outlook for anyone wanting a white Christmas. But over the next 3 months, around average to a little bit below average, wet or south of Highway 82. So yes, it's not exactly an ideal forecast, but it is going to be a forecast that we are excited about because it is entering that winter season. Okay, so I see folks putting it in chat, boy or girl, and I've seen a lot of team girl, team boy. I told you that I wore the blue tie this evening at 6. I wore the pink tie at 5, kind of rounding things out. But let's go ahead and take a listen of what baby Maynard is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Check, check, check.
5,
Check, check.
4,
Check.
2, 1.
So yes, if you did see, I know it's a little bit hard with that lighting, but baby Maynor is a boy. We are so excited here in the Maynor household. Both Annalise and I just were cheering, smiling ear to ear, and we are overjoyed about that. And so just excited to finally let you guys know that news. It's been something we've held on to for a little bit of time, but now, hey, word is out, and oh boy, what a forecast it will be. So that was the reveal that we did yesterday with family and friends. I wore blue, my wife wore pink to kind of accommodate both sides, but we do also have a name picked out. Baby Maynor is going to be named Jack Cruz Maynor, and we're going to call him Cruz. And so we're excited about that, a family name. And so just, yeah, I mean, I'm still overjoyed about it. Cannot believe that I'm going to be a dad, and nevertheless a boy dad at that. I already told Matt that I'll get the suspenders on standby, so might see a future meteorologist in the making here in the Maynor household. But Matt, it's
congratulations!
Exciting. I mean, can you believe it? Unreal.
I think you're going to be an amazing dad, and I'm just so excited for you and Annalise and where this is going. A boy, I guess we're both boys, so we know a little bit about that, but they will break a mama's heart. So, I mean, it's amazing to just watch the way mine bends, around Emily, but just so excited for you and Annalise, and just, from all of us here at Mississippi Live Weather, just wanted to say congratulations.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. And we're pumped. Don't know a single thing about what we're going to do, but I mean,
That's
we just
know
we're answering one question at a time.
You just love them. You just love them.
Exactly. Well, hey, I can promise you we can do that, and we are already doing it. Already talking to him each night, just letting him know how the day's going. So, I mean, it's just, you already have a member of the household, and he hasn't even seen any part of Earth just yet. So, still a ways away, but we are answering one question at a time, and I know Annalise is overjoyed. She's been texting me all evening, just ready for the announcement to be said so she can post it. She had blue cupcakes made for her volleyball girls earlier today to kind of express the news to them. So, I mean, yeah, excited is an understatement.
And they kept it quiet?
Do what?
They kept it quiet?
Somehow, some way, they listened to Coach Maynor.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to steal any more of your thunder. I just wanted to quickly say congratulations. We're just so excited from all of us here in the Law Pond House and all of us at Mississippi Live Weather.
Well, thank you so much. And any advice you got? All ears, but definitely excited, and definitely, if you guys have any advice, put it in the comments. But just a thank you to everybody for the congratulations. Of course, my wife is reading chat as well, so she's seeing all of this. And so just, I just thank you. Thank you so much, and excited to show him off on air at some point, and you guys get to say hey to him in person at some point in the future. But I do want to say that folks saying just praying for a happy and a healthy baby, couldn't agree more. We were so unbiased on boy or girl that because it's the first one, I mean, it just, it doesn't matter either way. But now that we found out that Baby Maynor's a boy, Cruz is a boy, it just makes us so biased at that point. So now we're like, yes, it's a boy. We didn't even know it was inside of us. So
I got one more thing. We both have to admit our predictions on this. I was girl on my prediction, and you were?
Okay, so let me tell you my reasoning. So I said girl on prediction. But whenever it comes to 50-50 chances, I'm always wrong. So I outthought the system, and I was like, I'm going to say girl, and then it will end up being a boy. And it did.
Hey, you know what? As long as it's a human, right?
Exactly. And happy and healthy, like folks are saying. And so far, so good on all of that. And of course, Mama doing a great job with that of taking care of the baby and doing what she has to do. So keep saying prayers for Annalise as she is.
Well, and I was going to stop you right there, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. We haven't done really a lot of praying on this, and I don't want that to be necessarily something that we do, I know we get a lot of backgrounds that, follow us here, but this is one of those scenarios. So if y'all at home would join me for a second, I do want to pray for Gabe, for his beautiful bride, and then baby Cruz to come. Is that all right, Gabe, if we do that real quick here?
Of course.
God, I just thank you so much for the opportunity to work with Gabe, the many opportunities you've given us to engage with one another over the last few years, the leap of faith that you've had him take with me in this process. And God, I know that you have blessings for him and his family as it continues to grow. I pray that you make baby Maynor strong and healthy, that you make him full of life, that God, I know that you have plans for him that we would never understand, and a path that won't ever make sense to us, but makes perfect sense to you. And God, I just pray that as both Annalise and Gabe journey down this incredible journey with you, that you give them the words to bring him along in your world and grow him into the man that he ultimately is within you. Lead him obviously back to you and forward into this world. And God, I just pray that you strengthen Annalise for these boys. She's going to need all the strength she can get. And God, I pray that strength passes down to baby Cruz. And just thank you so much for allowing them to be a part of my life, my family's life. And I pray that I can be a positive force within theirs to lead them to you. Isn't that ultimately what it's about? So God, just lead all of us back to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's just emotional talking about it. We've been smothering Cruz with prayer. Like, we just want him to be covered in it. And hearing, from you, I know that your family has been praying, and then just from family as well, just overwhelmed at the support that we're getting, and reading chat as well. Just everything. It's overwhelming, the support that we've had in this process. And big thank you to you and Emily and Penny and Leo. I know they've been asking as well. So now they can know their new friend is a boy. So Penny, I'm sorry. Maybe girl later on, but
she'll
Leo's got a buddy
be fine
now.
with that. She's been playing with a little boy for years and years. So
That's
I
true.
think she's got that down to an art when you think about it.
That's true. That's true. Well, excited for you guys to meet Cruz at some point soon.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna get out of your way. I'll let you finish up.
No, you're good. You're good. So I had to, hey, we do Mississippi Live weather, the weather side of things. And of course, it's an oh boy type of forecast because it's dry this evening, perfect for any gender reveals that you may want to do at home. Exciting time nonetheless. And of course, we're praying for you because Manor Household's going right through it along with you. But that forecast this evening going to be amazing. 8 p.m., 58 degrees, 57 by 9, 56 by 10. And of course, that oh boy forecast filled with a ton of love here from, I want to say to Cruz, from your parents, both your mother and I. Could not love you more, and we're so excited to meet you here soon. And to all of North Mississippi, thank you to everybody for your overwhelming support, and keep those prayers coming. Of course, add a little bit more for Annalise because she's definitely a trooper in all of this. Strongest woman I know, strongest person I know, and she's been doing a phenomenal job. And so I want to give a special shout out to her and just continue to ball out. I tell her that every morning. Just continue to ball out and look beautiful doing it. And you're doing a fantastic job. To everyone at home, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic evening filled with joy and happiness at the forecast, but also what you're going through in life, because each stage matters and each stage brings its blessings. So thank you for joining us for this big moment. I wanted to spend it with the North Mississippi family, and thank you guys for allowing me and, of course, my bride to do that. Our next broadcast is actually happening at 10 p.m. tonight, and we'll keep those good vibes going into the 10 o'clock hour. Make sure to have that Mississippi Live weather app handy for special announcements like this one, but also weather announcements as well. Hey, we are Mississippi Live Weather. Weather's our expertise. Babies, hopefully at some point, but I know that you keep learning as each day passes, even when they're 50 to 60 years old. Our next broadcast, like I mentioned, at 10 o'clock tonight, and our morning show is always available at 6:37 and 7:30. Hey, talking about babies, meteorologist Maggie McCauley has a feature from Maya every Monday, so you might want to tune into that as well. But she'll have the latest on your forecast happening Tuesday morning, bright and early for the day ahead. You guys have a fantastic night, and again, thank you so much, and I can't wait for every single one of you to meet Cruz.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.